Welcome to Color Street 101, applying glitter nail strips. So the nail strips come in 16 in a set. That is plenty to do at least 2 manicures or a mani-pedi, or use them as some nail accents. They come with some alcohol prep pads and a little nail file in case you like to file the edge of the color strip off. So if you want to know what Color Street color nail polish strips are, see my video. What is Color Street nail polish strips? I'll put the link in the description box below. These are very simple to use. Basically, you're going to cut open the package, and if you're going to save them, I recommend cutting as close to the edge as possible if you're not going to use them all and you're going to want to save them. And then you can reseal them with a straightening iron. So right here, this is the set I'm actually going to be using today, and this has been sealed for about a month, and I had previously put these on probably like a month ago. Now you can wear these over your regular natural nail. If you have ridges in your nails and you want to use a ridge filler, you can definitely put a base coat ridge filler on. That usually doesn't take too long to dry. Or you can use these over enhancements. So there's plenty of use of what you can use these on, besides your just natural nail. Okay, so this one I am going to cut the seal that I created and open it up. There we go. And take these out. I also like, when I open them, I also like to open them from the side that I'm going to be using first. So obviously these big ones are way big. I mean, there's sizes for everyone here. And this side of it is kind of one shape, and this is another shape. So if like the one side doesn't fit your cuticle, maybe the other one will. So you can flip it over and see. So right now I have these, and I know, let's see, this one should fit just fine. You want to make sure that they actually are going to go from one side to the other. Always being a little bit big is better than being a little bit small. I have heard people say, oh, you can stretch them. You can't stretch them that much. I mean, if they don't fit, they will not fit. You're not going to be able to stretch it wider. And then so I've already prepped my nails with alcohol. I've pushed the cuticle back. I've you know, whatever, filed them. I have prepped them with alcohol, cleaned them off, prepped them with alcohol. So they're ready to go. So then the step would be to take this little peach tab right here and remove it. And it's just the protective top layer. And then I'm going to remove the actual strip. Look at that after a whole month. Look at this. It's like so awesome. So cool. And let's see. My nails are kind of small. This is where you girls with short nails are like gonna loving this, because you can actually use one strip on 2 nails. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this in half, because if you know that you're going to use it on your other finger, it's best just to cut it in half. So I want to make sure that because this nail might be a little bit long, I'm not really sure. I just want to make sure that I'm cutting enough to be able to fold over. If I can't use it on the other finger, well, then that's okay too. But I at least want to not be able to use it on 2 fingers. So I'm just going to put this back on the little waxy paper here. Come up on the side and set that over to the side. So now with this one, as long as you don't like rub it all the way down on both sides, like totally whatever, you can remove it up a little, like just like I did. So if you don't get it quite in place, you can move it up just a little bit, take it off, and then put it back down. And you just want to make sure you get as close to the cuticle as you can without getting over the cuticle. And then rubbing it from side to side and up the center. And it is that easy. If you notice a little bit wrinkling, you can peel it up really quick and just stretch it a touch. This is where the stretching comes in. Just stretch the little wrinkle out. But I usually don't have any wrinkling issues with the glitters. They're completely awesome. Then I like to place it over the top of my nail, push it down really good. Once it's down like this, you're probably not going to get it to lift up again. So that's the one thing. Make sure it's down. You got it that you want it, you know, because now I wouldn't be able to remove it and it would be stuck on there for good. And then let's see, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to kind of perforate it with your thumb. So you want to make sure you do both of your thumbs last. Didn't do that once. Not pretty. Anyway, so you're just going to want to perforate it. Now, you girls with the square manis like I do, be careful of your edges. Be careful of the square point because it is easy to kind of stretch it and poke a hole where you don't want it. So just be careful of that edge. And this is like the no tool way to do it. I mean, obviously, if you're doing this at home and you're not on vacation or something like that, you might have one of these little cuticle pushers, and then you can also use that to get in really close, and then this just comes right off. You can just get that right off. So here I'm just kind of pushing it down and pulling on it a little bit so that it comes off. I'm just being extra careful because I would like the edge to stay. And if the edge feels like rough, that's where the little nail file comes in. I like to use a little bit softer of a nail file. And then you can just file the edge smooth. But if any of you know, you always want a little bit of polish on the edge of your nail. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. And you can just let it get a hold really good on your edges, and then you can come back later after you've done all of your fingers, and then you can remove the excess as well. So that's it. It is that simple. So now we're going to come back to our other side, and this is already perforated, so it comes right off like that. Very nice. And let's just see if this one's going to fit over here. So I'm just going to get really close to my cuticle. It's good if you place your hand flat instead of holding it up in the air like I was doing. Don't do that. Push it flat on the ground, and then if you have your hand resting, your other hand resting on the table, then you're not shaking and you'll get a good placement. I'm not sure if I want that just a touch closer. You want to try to get as close as you can without getting on the edge, because you know, you're going to wear these for a good 2 weeks. There we go. I'm just going to push it from side to side. There we go. This one is a little bit over on one side, so you can do the exact same thing. Just perforate it with your nail and it'll come right off. And then there's plenty to push down over the edge. Okay. So you can either do this part with your thumbnail, just very, very carefully, and go over it and go over it until it's really goodly perforated, because you don't want to push down and yank, because you don't want to tear a hole. You don't want to have a big hole in the edge right there. Because this is nail polish, so it's just like if you were making a nail polish decal. And you can also actually use, you know, an acetone cleanup pen to clean up your edges as well. But this is like the no tool method. If you want to see acetone cleanup, let me know, and I can do an acetone cleanup 101 as well. So this is spread over the edge. And I've got my corners here. Okay, I'm just pushing, pushing, pushing. And there we go. Anyways, it's very easy to get it off your skin. So to put any bits that may have gotten over onto the skin. Okay, so now that I have these on, the last thing that you're going to do is you're going to take your other alcohol prep pad. And what you're going to do is you're just going to wipe over the top. They say this helps it stay on better. So that's what we're going to do. And then you're going to keep your hands out of water for at least 30 minutes. So sometimes I just like to go to bed. I don't usually do these before I go out. So that might be something. And then when you wake up the next morning, you can put oil, you can put lotion on your nails, and you're good to go for a couple of weeks. Oh, and here we go. We still have leftovers, so I'll probably end up using these as accent nails because they are the bigger size, but you can cut them. You know, you can cut them down to fit your, you can be frugal. You can cut these down to fit your nails, and they'll be great accent nails for with other designs that Color Street carries. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not one of my subscribers, please subscribe. Just remember to, for all your Color Street needs, to check out MalloriesNailBar.com. And that's all for now.